What's good, guys? Drakesy here, and do I believe that the pound for pound rankings are correct? Fuck no. And today I'm gonna let you all know why. Ilia Topuria, I believe, beat washed versions of opponents that Islam fought pretty much. Cause you could even look, right? Charles Oliveira in his prime, completely in his prime, coming off of all those title defenses he had when he beat Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, all those opponents he had, and he beat and he finished all of them. All he had was the only issue he had was that he missed weight. Well, Islam and Abu Dhabi, they go against each other. He submits him in the first round. He beat him at his own game, like he said he was gonna do. And then you got Ilya over here beating up Volkanovski, who just got knocked out by Islam. Like, you really got to take that into consideration, because Islam pretty much, it was a pretty controversial decision the first fight, and then he just completely dominated him the second fight, just knocked him on the first round with a head kick. And about a couple months after that, I don't know what little short bald Volk was thinking. You even see him right here. He decides to come back and try to go against young, dangerous Ilya. And he paid the price for it, clearly, because he got knocked out in the first round. Which, even said by Izzy, adversity is a privilege, because it's a privilege, especially for people like Volk, who can really, really bounce back like crazy. But it's like, Ilya, he's beat, in my opinion, I think, washed versions that Islam is beat. Like, for example, right? Let's just say he just knocked out Charles Oliveira in the first round, right? Charles Oliveira, let's be honest, he's out of his prime. I'm not, like, he looked the worst he's ever looked in that Michael Chandler performance. And then on top of that, if we even, like, in the Michael Chandler performance, right? He couldn't even finish Chandler. Of course, he basically dominated him the whole fight, but he couldn't finish him. And we got to do like Paddy Pimblett, Paddy, he's pretty skilled, right? And he has a great, like, he's a big fighter, like, physically, for lightweight. But when you have, fighters that are like Charles, right? Like, the skills he possesses, most submissions in UFC history, that knockout power he has. He was able to put down Justin Gaethje. And I don't know what's going on with Justin Gaethje's chin that night, but yeah, he was able to put him down with the right hand. I think it was that lion power, but that's off subject. But it's like, I just believe that Ilya, he's like, he beat two opponents that, okay, so let's say, right, we take away those two opponents, right? He just beat Max, right? And I would say that was a great win for him, because Max, he was literally coming off of a fifth round knockout against Justin Gaethje. And he even pointed to the center. Like, that was crazy right there. He took he didn't take much damage out of it. He took some damage, I think there was even like a quote unquote knockdown. But he took some damage, but it was nothing compared to what Justin took. And then he pointed to the center and everything. That was a great win for Ilya. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of discredit him for the win against Volkanovski and Charles Oliveira. To be honest, I just personally believe that the win against Volk and Charles, I think it's just like, it's not enough when you really compare it to the prime wins that Islam Makhachev he got, if you really think about it. Because Islam Makhachev, he basically dominated, like, almost, like, so look, first fight, Charles Oliveira, right? And keep in mind, this is his first title fight too. This is really his first fight on, like, the big stage, right? Submits him in the second round, right? Second title defense, fights against Volk, right? In Australia, Volk, he had everything going for him, right? He wins by decision. A clear, like, in my opinion, it was a clear win for him. It could have, the way you look at it, it could have been a little controversial, but for me, it was a clear win. Then he goes on, he rematches Volk in a short notice fight for Volk, understandably, right? But it's still Volk, right? It's still Volk. Like, I would say that I would put up an argument that Volkanovski could beat a Movsar Evloev. Yeah, for me, I think so. But Islam knocks him out in the first round, first couple minutes, with just a beautiful timed head kick. and established himself as, you know, like he's about to be the GOAT of the lightweight division. And then he goes on, and then he fights Dustin Poirier. And in that fight, he just like he outclassed Dustin in the striking and the grappling. If you really just think about it, like he did so much more better than Dustin in so many areas of the game. Like he was able to out wrestle Dustin, outstrike him. It was crazy. And then of course there were some great punches Dustin he got off, but you know, nothing compared to Islam. He even got him in a Darce choke. I'm starting to realize it's starting to become his favorite submission, the Darce choke. He's starting to love that choke. But then he goes on, short notice fight again, because for some reason these opponents, they keep on pulling out, right? And Arman with a hurt back or whatever, right, pulls out, and they end up giving the chance to get the belt to Moicano. Of course, you know, his skills are nowhere near Islam, so Islam, he just Darce chokes him in the first round. I would personally say that all of those wins, I don't care, like all those wins right there compared to Ilya's 3 wins. Ilya's 3 opponents, that's crazy. That's a crazy resume right there. Charles, Max, and Volk all knocked out back to back. Like, that's crazy right there. But the thing is that it's different caliber, you know? Because if you really think about it, right, it's a different caliber. It really is. And I think if Islam versus Ilya were to ever happen, I got Islam winning by a second round knockout. I think he would just clinch up with, I think it'll get to a point to where like they're striking and everything, they're just both trying to fill it out a little bit, and then I don't really see him catching Islam like that. I think Islam, he's so defensively sound. It's crazy. Like, his defense is crazy. And I don't think he'll be as stupid, not stupid, but like not intelligent as Charles Oliveira, just stand in the center with him. Like, Charles Oliveira, like, too tough for his own good, you know what I mean? Like, he was just ready to throw down in there. You can't try to do that. And I think Javier Mendez and Khabib and them, they're really gonna drill that into Islam, you know what I mean? Like, let him know, like, there's certain things you can't be doing, you know what I mean? But I think there's gonna be a point to where he tries to like tie up with Ilya, and then he's gonna go for the knee. He's gonna knee him to the head. Ilya expecting a takedown. He's gonna get caught off guard. He's gonna get rocked like really, really bad, and then from there, I just think it goes down for, like, it just goes down from there. And I just see like a second round TKO. Yeah, from Islam. I see him catching him bad. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Those are my opinions on these number 1 bullshit pound for pound rankings. Let me go ahead and like and subscribe if you guys want more content like this, and I'll see you guys later.